And where did it go? Page you're looking for is no longer available or has been moved. This is something that I think has happened before, but I'm not 100% sure. I'd appreciate it if anybody could tell me what causes this, what's going on here. I mean, it's one thing if you were looking at the pre-launch page or whatever that Indiegogo offers for people to sign up for, for notifications or whatever before something launches, and then maybe it winds up with a different address for some reason when they start the campaign. I think it's supposed to go just from your pre-launch page to the campaign. Like, that's supposed to happen. It's supposed to be the same web address. As you'll see that this is, or maybe you can't see, I'm not sure if the resolution's good enough to be able to see, this is The Devil from Talonflats. And it's it's indiegogo.com/projects/the dash or hyphen devil hyphen from hyphen Talonflats, one word, / and it's not here. Now, I opened this to the campaign page probably some couple of weeks ago. I don't remember exactly how long it's been, from the link on CG Tracker. So it as far as I know, CG Tracker is not listing things that are in pre-launch. They whatever it was, especially since I was trying to open things that had only about 20 or a little over 20 days left, and I wasn't going for ones that had just launched and still had a full 30 or nearly, and trying to get them in order of how soon I needed to cover them before they reached the end of their funding period. So this should have been the campaign page. Like, it's been open on my browser to the same place. Now, going back to CG Tracker, I found that here it is, The Devil from Talonflats. Except now it's, what I said before, Talonflats hyphen 2 /. So, the reason why I said I assume that this has happened a lot before is because there's a fair number of projects that will have the same name, and then it'll be number 2, and that will be reflected in the web address. But there's a few that are still on number 1, and yet the web address reflects number 2, as though it's the second time, the second campaign for this property, when it's still the first. So I'm guessing, I don't know, maybe there's something that people are fucking up when they try to launch their shit or something. Let's go ahead and refresh this, I think. So I don't think, 18 days left. All right. Alright, so The Devil from Talonflats. A wounded bounty hunter inherits the enemies of the widow who nursed him back to health. Interesting. Now, it says 2 campaigns. I am kind of interested to know which of the campaigns. Okay, so it is listing another actual, totally separate campaign. Again, another one that's going to get you in trouble with Razorfist, probably by saying that it's noir, when it probably isn't, according to him. I don't know for sure what he determines is noir or not, but he has a fairly narrow definition. So anyway, but it's not listing, whatever this was. It's not listing it. All right, so there's 18 days left. It has 32, and I don't know whether there's been an extension, because I can't remember how long ago it was that I loaded it. A while, I thought, but I don't think it's been long. It shouldn't have been long enough for it to actually, I don't know. See, I really thought that I was only loading things up, getting them ready when they had like around about 20 days left, and trying to do them, in order, 20 days or less, or maybe just a little bit more. So I don't know. It feels like it's been long enough that it should have been less than 18 days left, but it hasn't been long enough for it to have gone through like a whole 30 days and then extended for 30 more. So I'm just not sure. Wish my memory was better, but But anyway, there's 18 days left. It only has 32 backers and has only raised 995 US dollars out of a $4,000 fixed goal. So it's not looking promising for a successful fund at the moment. When a bounty hunter shows up wounded, crawling to the doorstep of a recent widow, he will be lucky enough to be nursed back to health. The only problem is the price of treatment is a war with a ruthless gang of outlaws. Writer Richard Embry, The Last Goodbye, and artist Mark Savona, Haunted Canada. We saw The Last Goodbye listed there as previous campaign, although I didn't hear about it at the time, and I've never heard of Haunted Canada, so I don't know what that is. Bring you a gritty western that will be enjoyable to old and new fans of the genre. This 50-plus page graphic novel is definitely one you don't want to miss out on. Let's get this funded. Is anybody a fan of westerns? You know, movies. I mean, it's like I don't know for sure how many I've watched, but I've always used to enjoy. My grandparents liked to watch John Wayne and whoever, so I always enjoyed those movies. It's a handful, that of old, westerns that I've seen in more recent years, and they're enjoyable. Cane and white variant cover, or is that the? No, that's the standard cover. That's the cane and white variant. And Preston Acevedo variant as well. But anyway, like I said, it's like I always kind of wondered. Western's just not popular. I mean, they don't. Nobody makes very many Western movies anymore, but it seems like the handful that have been made in more recent decades, like Tombstone or whatever, it was made in, what was that, the early 90s. As far as I'm aware, it was pretty damn popular. It's like, is there, I don't know what the prevailing theory on that is. Is it that there is no demand for Westerns anymore? Or are they just not in fashion? We're very committed to deliver the highest quality products to our supporters. All comics will be printed in the USA by Mixam. Not familiar with that offhand. We as a team pride ourselves on providing our backers with fast and reliable customer service. Please do not hesitate to contact us with any questions or concerns that you might have. We hope to earn your business in the present and the future. Anyway, I like the, I would have thought that Western movies would be some, I don't know, maybe after, the country collapses and there's no more money for things, maybe there'll be a lot more Westerns again. Because Westerns should be compared to, a lot of, like superhero movies or some shit. You'd think that they'd be like super, super fucking cheap to make. So you'd think that more people would take a chance on making one. And maybe there are like indie projects, but the problem there is that, they pretty much never seem to have, I mean, even if they have a decent script, they usually don't have decent actors or maybe not decent directing, whatever. It just doesn't seem like it's quite, quite as good as it ought to be. There have been a few. Also, usually it's some weird mixed thing, like, cowboys versus zombies or some shit. It's like, what? Who thought this was? I mean, it might be kind of funny or whatever, but who thought it was like actually a wonderful idea? All right, so the featured tier here is covers shirt combo at $80. Receive one physical copy of all 3 covers from The Devil from Talonflats. Is it just me, or does that title seems familiar? Is there a similar title of like an old monster movie or something, maybe? I don't know. And T-shirt, choose to have your comics signed by creator Richard Embry. So included items: standard cover, cane and white cover, Preston Acevedo cover, and a T-shirt. Estimated shipping is September of next year, so an entire year out. That's not good. That might be leading some people to question whether or not they really want to back it. I'm just saying, because I don't know. I mean, is it just me, or does that seem like, I mean, when you're saying it, oh yeah, you get it a year from when you back it. It's like, really? A year? And that's what you're telling us. I mean, I have no idea about his previous campaign. For all I know, he said a year on that one and fulfilled in 6 months. Who knows? There's a balance to be struck there. Two claimed on this tier. There's a balance to be struck there because waiting a whole year for a digital, that's not really all. I mean, $10 is not too bad of a price, especially for CG on a digital. 5 would be better, obviously, but or anything between 5 and 10. And there are, like I said, there are some projects on Kickstarter that will do even less on digital. They'll be like $3 or something. And it's like, wow, okay. But anyway, funny thing is, usually when I come across a campaign on Kickstarter that has that that little of a price on the digital, I will actually usually wind up backing a print tier instead. Because all the print tiers come with the digital anyway. Because and if they're going to be that cheap on the digital, a lot of times they're pretty inexpensive on the print tier too. The print tier might be like $10 or something, plus 5 in shipping. And it's like, okay, so for 15 I can get the print and the stretch goals, whatever they happen to be, bookmark, trading card, something, and the digital as well. It's like, it's like, wow, that's a pretty good deal. Anyway, so 4 claimed on the digital tier there. But anyway, like I said, there's a balance to be struck on your estimated shipping date. Like, you want to give yourself enough time to get it done because you definitely don't want to be late. But at the same time, guys, if you put the estimate too far out, people are going to question, why do I want to pay you for this now and wait a whole fucking year before I can expect to see it? And then, of course, there's the problem that CG has developed. I mean, it's like, it's sort of earned and sort of not earned. The thing about that is that it's actually the minority of CG campaigns, by far as I can tell, that are really, really late or simply don't fulfill. So it's like, most of the campaigns fulfill, and most of them fulfill more or less on time. Now, I think with CG, there's almost become an expectation that campaigns will tend to be a little bit later than whatever they estimate, whatever their estimate is on when they're going to ship. But because of a few people who are exceptionally late, like a year late, 2 years late, whatever, and yet still occasionally squeeze out an update and claim that, oh, the book's on its way, guys, eventually we'll get there, it makes everybody leery of backing CG, I think, these days, because it's like, geez, it's like, how long am I going to wait? It's like, you're telling me it's going to be a year. Does that mean it's going to be a year? Does that mean that maybe you're going to surprise me and it's going to be 6 months? Which, frankly, it's like, honestly, it would be better if everybody was able, or at least tried, to make it to where within less than 6 months. Preferably within, again, it's like, this is the difference. Non-CG campaigns, there's some CG campaigns that do this. Some CG campaigns fulfill immediately because they know their shit. But non-CG campaigns that I back on Kickstarter, most of them seem to have the book already done, essentially, and maybe not the first campaign, but after the first one, like, they kind of have budgeted things so that they can have it ready, so that, they've, so that they basically got it ready to ship as soon as the campaign's over, or at least very shortly afterwards. And there's some that, yeah, it'll take a month or two or whatever for them to get it printed once they've got the funds for it. But, still, within probably 2 or 3 months of the campaign closing, that's when you're going to expect to see it. And with CG, it seems like, no. Once the campaign is over, successfully funded, that's when we decide to actually, do the majority of the work that needs to be done to get the actual book ready. And therefore, and plus, usually this is somebody who's, holding down a regular job as well, and therefore it's like, eventually, we'll get there. Probably it'll be 6 months, on average, for the ones that don't have it, kind of pre-prepared or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. And okay, so $15. So $10 for the new project from this guy, and $5 more gets you a PDF of the last campaign, the digital from the last goodbye there from this guy. 3 claimed. Standard cover $25, standard CG pricing there. Physical copy of that main cover. 5 claimed. Cane and White variant, also 25. 7 claimed. Indiegogo exclusive. Now, it says Indiegogo exclusive. Does that mean that this person has already done a Kickstarter for this campaign? Or does this mean that he's going to do a Kickstarter for this campaign? Or does it not mean either of those, and for some reason we're simply, like, maybe later on he'll sell the main cover or the Cane and White cover on some, on some third party website of some kind, is, like, I don't know. I don't know where independent people can go offhand to like do retail or shit. Amazon maybe, I don't know. I don't know. What does that mean? What that's gonna that's gonna be what this means? I don't know. Anyway, but Indigo exclusive. Preston Acevedo variant, 25, 8 claimed. Comic shirt combo. Choose one of the 3 covers. 1 claimed. I mean, if it's $50, if it's $25 per cover, then you're paying $25 for the comic and then $25 for the shirt. But if you're paying $25 for each of those, then it's $75. You're getting $100. So the featured tier actually does have a discount because it's all the covers plus a shirt. So essentially, it's $100 at an $80 price tag. So that's that's a lot more decent than some people go. Some people on their campaigns, it's like all they do is 2 for the price of 2, 3 for the price of 3, and they don't offer any kind of discount on anything. Covers combo. Receive 1 physical of all 3. Oh, and here we have another discount. So this is the feature tier is $20 off. This is $15 because this is $75 to get them individually. But here they are for $60. 1 person has claimed that. International combo. Well, what the hell is this? Receive 1 physical copy of all 3 covers. Choose to have your comics signed. So that... Oh, shipping included. Huh. I don't understand. This one ships worldwide for $60. There's going to be absolutely no point to the 1 claimed. There's going to be absolutely no point to this tier if it turns out that this, which ships worldwide, it says, can go anywhere for $15 in shipping. What I mean, it if it's the same price out the door, it's not going to make any fucking sense. Join the posse, $250. Receive 1 physical tier of all 3 covers. 1 shirt, You'll have a likeness drawn into the comic as a villain or hero of the Wild West. Choose to have it signed. 0 of 5 claimed. Alright, so we got the digital and the digital combo. I assume that choosing yes for signing is not going to change the price. Alright. There's no domestic shipping. So this, for the physical, this actually... Wow. This is weird. It's like most CG campaigns do $10 domestic shipping. And they tend to do like $25 international, maybe occasionally, you know, sometimes they'll do 20, usually it's 25, sometimes they'll do 30, even 35. 50 is what this campaign's doing, so there's no domestic shipping. So that means, you know, they decided they can, for $25 price tag on the on the book itself, they figure that for that price they can definitely afford to ship it to you. And the shipping, you know, probably costs maximum $5 domestic. You know, the cost to them, I mean, is probably going to be about $5. Maybe a little bit less, actually. I think at least one, and you know, and again, it's like there's, you know, shipping materials or whatever, but you know, when you buy those in bulk, that they, you know, the individual amount that you use on one package is going to be negligible in cost. But I have definitely had CG projects shipped to me before that actually have the fucking postage printed on the thing, and it's like, yeah, they paid $3.40 or something, you know, in postage. So it's like, okay, so it costs you less than $4. And you charged me 10. You know, it's like you definitely charged more in shipping than you needed to. Now you can always say that, well, they're doing it that way just to make sure that they cover themselves on anything that they have to, like if there's a damaged thing they have to replace it. It's, you know, it's kind of like you paying insurance on your own book, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. But 50 is pretty fucking steep for international. And for some reason to the UK, and I'm guessing probably other European countries, it's only 40. Let's check real quick. Nope, Germany is 50. So for some reason for the UK, it's cheaper. Canada is only 15. So, you know, that, I mean, that kind of makes sense, I guess. And frankly, 15 is well, on virtually anything, it seems like 15 is not quite what you'd pay. Like, it's a little bit less than I'm used to paying for shit when it comes from Canada. So close, and yet apparently so far away as far as getting it shipped to you. So a little bit, I don't know, a little bit cheaper for the UK, and then Australia's the same. I don't know. Mexico is the same, $50. So, I don't know. It's 15 to Canada, and it's 40 to the UK, and it's 50 apparently every place else. And absolutely nothing domestic. So, that's interesting. I don't know that I've ever encountered a campaign that has that kind of shipping structure. That's really weird. Just, I don't know why. I don't know why the hell it would be structured that way. That's so weird. Alright, let's look at the $50 tier. We'll just go with the main cover and signed and 3XL. Ethan can have one. Alright, large. And it is 0 domestic, 40 to the UK, and 50 every place else, except Canada, which is 15. So that's comic and shirt, and doesn't change the pricing any. I don't. I don't know. All right. So this is the covers combo. This is all 3 covers for $60. It ships worldwide. Apparently there's no add-ons for anything, I guess. It is 0 domestic. It is 50 international, except to the UK, which is 40, and Canada, which is 15. Alright. And now, international combo, where the shipping is included. Zero shipping to every place. That's weird. So, for some reason, you have to pay just on seemingly every tier so far, at least. You have to pay, well, $15 shipping if you're in Canada, no matter what you're getting. And you're also and for this international combo tier, you'd also be paying $15 to get it to Canada. But for some reason, on every other tier, instead of paying 15, you're paying 40 if you're in the UK, and and if you're any place else other than those 2 countries, you're paying 50 to get it shipped to you international. Except this tier, which can do it for 15. If they can I mean, the difference there is too great to be explained by well, anything other than they just don't want to ship it to you. Like, I'm sorry, but it's like shipping to Mexico probably shouldn't cost any more than shipping to Canada. So if you can do Canada for 15, you should be able to do Mexico for 15. And if you're charging 50 unless they buy all 3, then that just tells me that you want your international backers to buy all 3. You're just trying to get them to buy more shit. Oh my god, fucking reloading bullshit. Alright, the $80 featured tier is 0 to the US, 50 every place else except the UK, which is 40, and Canada, which is 15. I mean, a lot of times it does seem like campaigns may be trying to fuck over US backers in order to make it cheaper for international backers. Yeah, like Amateur Anth, I believe, has suggested that as a possibility, and I've I had kind of thought that myself a few times. This this campaign almost feels like it's doing the opposite. Like, hey, let's screw the international backers so that we can give free shipping to U.S. backers. I don't know. I mean, I suppose it makes a nice change in one respect, but I don't know that it's necessarily practical. Zero. 50 across the board, except for UK, which is 40, and Canada, which is 15. Okay, so shipping structure is the same on every tier, basically. So if you're an international backer, it makes sense if you just want to get the digital. I don't know. I mean, again, it's like, I mean, it's a new month, but I'm not out of debt yet, so I'm still trying to watch my spending, so I doubt that I'm going to try to spend any money on this. Although, the no domestic shipping makes it $10 more attractive than it would be. And, again, it's like, covers combo. It's like you're getting a $15 discount on that tier, and you're getting a $20 discount on this one if you want the shirt as well. So, and there is a digital tier if you only want to spend $10, or 15 if you want his last project as well. So anyway, but it's not looking promising unless it gets more attention and more backers here pretty quick. It's not looking promising to meet its fixed goal, and it is a fixed goal, so that means if it does not hit that, everybody gets refunded and the project is a failure. So, if you got money, if you're interested, if you want any of the stuff that they're offering, then go and back it today and help it maybe meet that goal. All right, until the next one.